who I happen to know but didn't know was going to be here today. So I don't know if you noticed, but when I first stepped up here, Karanveer was coming into the building. I was like, whoa. So Karanveer and I know each other because I co-host a podcast called Start the Chat, the AAC podcast. And we were recording an episode recently where we're going to be talking about the power of eye gaze. And I had heard through the grapevine, oh, there's this guy that you should probably talk to. I think he lives up in the Seattle area. So that's how we got connected. And it was, what a wonderful surprise to have a chance to meet in person, because we never have before. So without further ado, Karanveer said he's just going to be using a PowerPoint presentation and talking. So we'll get started with that. Thank you.
What's up, beautiful Homo sapiens? My name is Karanveer Singh, also known as Handsome Mijat. I'm a film editor, public speaker, accessibility advocate, and a professional eye-powered typist. Yes, you heard that correctly. While most people type with their fingers, I type with my eyeballs. So technically, my eyes work harder than most people's fingers. That's my daily workout. Forget the gym, my eyeballs are doing cardio all day. Right now, I'm looking at my communication device. My eyes select letters on the screen, and the computer speaks the words for me. So if you've ever wondered what it looks like when someone's thoughts come directly out of their eyeballs, congratulations. You're witnessing a live demo. And the best part, I never get fingerprints on the keyboard. Another advantage is that when people say, keep an eye on things, I take that very seriously. I'm literally running my entire life with my eyes. Sometimes people ask me, Karanveer, does that thing really understand you? And I'm like, yes. But sometimes I'm not sure if it understands my sarcasm. But jokes aside, this technology gave me something I didn't have for a long time. A voice. And the story of how that voice was unlocked is what I want to share with you today. What it feels like to be fully awake in a world that cannot hear you. I lived in India for about 10 years during my childhood. Living there without proper accessibility resources felt like having a fully charged brain in airplane mode. Signal, strong, connection, blocked. My brain understood everything: conversations, emotions, humor, sarcasm, and family gossip. Oh, yes, especially family gossip. I wasn't confused. I was aware. Very aware. But I couldn't respond. Imagine having 1,000 thoughts a day and nowhere to send them. It felt like having Wi-Fi but no device. Or like typing a message and the send button doesn't exist. That kind of silence is not peaceful. It's loud inside. It was isolating, not because people were evil. My family loved me. But systems weren't built for someone like me. No AAC, which stands for Augmentative and Alternative Communication, tools and devices that help people speak and express themselves. No communication technology. no structured inclusion. And when you're a child, you don't think, yes, this is a systemic accessibility failure. You just think, why am I different? Why am I behind? People talked around me. They guessed what I wanted. Sometimes they guessed right. Sometimes they guessed completely wrong. Sometimes they invented extra medical conditions for me like it was a buy one get one free sale. I was like, guys, I already have cerebral palsy. Why are you adding bonus features? One is enough. I didn't subscribe to the premium package. And the hardest part, they thought I didn't understand. But I understood everything. Every tone shift. Every pity look. Every whisper. Silence trained me. When you can't speak, you observe. I became extremely aware of body language, micro-expressions, and emotional changes. I studied people like a Netflix series. Season 1, Denial. Season 2, Sympathy. Season 3, Underestimation. And inside my head? Inside my head was a Marvel movie. In my imagination, I was giving speeches, running companies, roasting people respectfully, and being the main character. Outside, just vibes and silence. But here's the plot twist. That silence didn't weaken me. It sharpened me. When you cannot express yourself outwardly, you build inwardly. I built imagination because imagination was my freedom. I built resilience because resilience was survival. Then, in 2014, after moving to the United States, everything started to change. A Kent School District team of educators finally saw me for who I really was, not just a student with a disability, but a student with a voice waiting to be unlocked. And I want to pause here, because this part matters deeply to me. Having knowledgeable staff in a school district, especially people with real assistive technology expertise, can completely change a student's life. Not in a small way, in a life-defining way. For me, one of those people was Miss Rose. She was my occupational therapist in the Kent School District, and she also helped open the door to assistive technology and eye gaze AAC for me. Back then, I called her Miss Rose. Now I call her Rose Mom, because when someone helps bring your voice into the world, they become part of your heart story. Rose Mom did not just show me a device. She showed me possibility. She did not just help me access technology. She helped me access myself. She saw ability in me before the world fully saw it. She believed that my thoughts mattered, my voice mattered, and my future mattered. She also taught me how to make presentations and speeches, and that changed me in a deeper way than I can fully explain. Before that, so much of my life was people guessing what I wanted, speaking over me, or assuming things about me. But Rose's mom helped me learn how to stand in my own message. She helped me learn that I was not meant to stay silent in the background. I was meant to communicate, to lead, to inspire, and to be heard. Another person who made a huge difference was Miss Carrie Ann, my speech therapist in the same district. She also believed in me, supported me, and helped me grow into my communication. These were not just staff members doing paperwork and going home. These were people who understood that access is not extra. Access is everything. That is why school districts need trained staff who understand AAC and assistive technology. Because without that knowledge, a student can spend years trapped behind assumptions. But with that knowledge, support, and belief, a student can finally step into who they were meant to be. And let me tell you something. The first time the computer responded to my eyes, I froze. The cursor moved. I looked at a letter. It selected. I was like, wait. It sees me? It understands me? I felt like Iron Man discovering that his suit works. That moment was quiet externally. But internally, championship parade. I typed something simple, probably something basic. But to me, it felt like I had just opened a door I had been pushing against my whole life. It wasn't just technology. It was identity restoration. It was dignity. It was independence. For the first time, my thoughts didn't have to stay trapped inside my head. And let me be honest, I was not casual about it. I was not like, oh cool, nice device. No. I was like, oh, it's over for you now. All those years of silence built pressure. And when that pressure finally had an outlet, explosion. I practiced nonstop. I learned fast. I stayed curious. Because I knew what it felt like to not have access. And when you know what it feels like to be locked out, you never waste the key. And this is where I want to say something directly to school leaders and educators. Schools do a lot of good when they believe in students, when they include them, and when they give them support. Kent School District gave me people who took the time to learn me, not just label me. That matters. But school systems still need to improve. Students who use AAC do not just need a device dropped in front of them and then everybody acts like the mission is complete. No, bro. That is not enough. They need trained staff. They need ongoing support. They need teams who understand how to model communication, troubleshoot technology, and build real access into the classroom. They need teachers, therapists, and district leaders who understand that communication is a human right, not a side project. Because when districts invest in knowledgeable AT staff, they are not just buying equipment. They are investing in voices. They are investing in futures. They are investing in kids like me who have been fully aware the whole time and just needed the right key to unlock the door. Now let's talk about the future of AAC. AAC today is powerful, but it's not complete. Right now, when I type something exciting, the voice sounds like it's reading a microwave manual. Congratulations. Bro, that's not how I feel. Where is the excitement? Where is the energy? Where is the sarcasm? Where is the dramatic Bollywood emotion? We need emotional control in AAC voices. We need adjustable tone, adjustable pitch, and adjustable intensity. Because communication is not just about words. It's about feeling. Artificial intelligence could learn how I think, how I write, and how I joke. It could predict my style. It could help conversations flow naturally instead of feeling delayed. AAC should integrate with VR, gaming, smart homes, and meetings. Not just to survive in society, but to thrive in it. Because AAC should not just help people communicate. It should help people express identity, personality, emotion, humanity. At the end of the day, AAC is not just technology. It is freedom. It is the difference between being talked about and speaking for yourself. Before AAC, people guessed what I wanted. Now I tell them. Before AAC, they thought I didn't understand. Now they realize my brain works too well sometimes. If I had this voice earlier, maybe I would be a billionaire by now. But honestly, I don't regret my journey. Because silence taught me something most people never learn. Patience, observation, emotional intelligence, depth. It taught me to never give up, even when the world misunderstands you. So here's my message. When you see someone using AAC, don't see limitation. See strength. See intelligence. See someone who fought for every single word you hear. Different does not mean less. Different means adapted. And adapted is powerful. Never let someone else's misunderstanding define your value. Believe in yourself. Never let disappointment stop your movement forward. Happiness is a choice. Never let yourself down, because once you lose belief in yourself, that's the only real disability. You can achieve anything if you set your mind to it. For years, my thoughts were trapped inside my head. Then they were set free. Now they travel into classrooms, workplaces, conferences, friendships, and rooms like this. And this is just the beginning. Because once your voice is unlocked, there is no going back. Once someone is truly heard, there is no ceiling. I was silent once. Now I'm unstoppable. and trust me. It's over for you now. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Karanveer, I have a question that I asked you before, but since no one else was there, it was just us. Before you had access to AAC, you were hearing everything and you were thinking. Were those thoughts languagey thoughts, or were they abstract? And if so, what was that like?
It was in Punjabi language because my family speak that language.
Question.
Who's your favorite Avenger?
Of course, Iron Man.
Are you excited for the new movie?
Yeah.
Me too.
Anyone else have any other questions? Yes.
How difficult was it for you to learn English?
It was extremely hard because I couldn't read or write very well.
Question in the back.
How many languages do you understand?
I understand 4 languages: English, Punjabi, Hindi, and Urdu.
That's 3 more than I do. So. Any other questions? One more thanks for Karanveer. Great words. Thanks for sharing them. And I believe now it's time for lunch. Is that right? Is there a system?
Thank you again.
Yeah, I think we have lunch for the attendees for the conference, so that's available for you. The rest of you that were here to present, I think, are there extra, Laura?
We ordered
Okay, so I think that will be it. We'll let you guys go first, and thanks for coming.
Carla, va,